And welcome back, Block TV, and it is time for Links in the Chain, that segment in which we highlight players doing their bit to improve the blockchain infrastructure. There's a lot of griping among crypto critics that Bitcoin or altcoin mining is too taxing on the environment, that the energy required to manufacture the coin is far too harmful to our globe. But what if we could, or what if it could all take place using an infinite power source? Indeed, we're speaking about the sun. Enter solar-powered crypto mining, and the following report looks at one man who wants to turn that dream into reality. Let's have a look and then break it down.
Our project is going to turn the status quo in the Bitcoin mining, ASIC mining world. We're going to use all this solar project we generate. We're going back to the grid to use electricity at night. When I looked at the 50 acres of land in the middle of nowhere, there's utility to it. There's a couple of shacks around it, but it's literally in the middle of nowhere.
Today we're at our property here in Mojave, California. Literally pristine, sun-drenched solar city of California.
We're doing a solar-powered project. Our project is going to turn the status quo in the Bitcoin mining, ASIC mining world.
We're going to be building on this 50 acres a 10 megawatt solar facility. This will be the proposed largest solar facility, crypto mining firm, Bitcoin mining firm in the US.
And that's all Sami connecting people.
I've known Ramak for about 10 years now.
He's very energetic, very positive.
You'll see my little bald self here. He feeds off my energy, I feed off of his calmness.
He was able to see the same vision, and he was able to bring the right people to the table.
Cheers, thank you guys. Appreciate you. I'm Sami Del Real, and I grab life by the balls.
He's extremely positive, very energetic. He's got a talent for connecting people.
Having this positive attitude, I think being able to go ahead and say, I want to do this. What's the consequence? I don't know, but I'm going to do it. I grew up in Chicago, Illinois, and I started my career in music. When I was 17 years old, I found out that I was ill. I had basal ganglia, brain cancer. I was fighting for 7 years. After I beat it, I ended up making my way toward California. Life is extremely short, and we've heard this narrative before, but at the same time, it's the longest thing that we'll ever experience. Fast forward to today, life after beating cancer and being able to go through treatment in Houston brought me here to Los Angeles. We are moving towards a digital world where there's a lot more opportunity for inclusiveness. Living in Venice, California, and having to make this commute over to the Mojave every so often is a privilege, actually. A lot of people don't give the credit to the beauty that there is in the desert. At the end of the day, the only thing that I'm able to do and accomplish is to give a little bit of hope to others that may not have it, then I've done my job.
And we are joined via Zoom from Cape Town by Abe Cambridge, CEO and founder of the Sun Exchange, another solar energy crypto project. And Abe, I want to thank you so much for joining us. I want to also separate what we just saw right now, infinite power, apropos, very great resource to use for mining, but that is not what you do, because Sun Exchange actually, and correct me if I'm wrong, you believe in a solar powered exchange system, don't you?
We actually are a platform that enables people to convert their cryptocurrency into solar energy hardware that then pays out in more cryptocurrency. So it's a mechanism for people to sort of hedge their crypto portfolio to something that's real, tangible, create electricity, which is of value, and then that value is converted back into cryptocurrency and streamed to our owners of the solar panels around the world. So we're really we're the fusion point between the crypto economy and the solar economy.
And Abe, how far along are you? I mean, it's a lofty idea, and I've heard you speak before where you said that the 21st century should be the decentralized century, if I'm quoting you right. But how far along is Solar Exchange? I mean, describe to me what you're doing right now.
Yeah, so we started in 2014, back when Ethereum didn't even exist. Of course, the proof of work protocol enabled this very resilient, secure currency, which could be transferred around the world. Now, in emerging markets, such as here in South Africa, access to finance for commercial scale solar power plants is quite hard to come by. So by combining this global financial network of Bitcoin with this global appetite for owning solar energy hardware, with those two pieces of technology, you now have the ability to have universal ownership of solar panels. So someone sat in an apartment in London or New York City can now own a solar panel located somewhere like here in South Africa, where the sun is always shining, apart from at night time, and receive an income stream paid in crypto. So we find it the perfect use case for cryptocurrency. This is a transnational currency being used to access the value of transnational energy, which is the sun. No one owns the sun, no one owns Bitcoin. So let's put those two amazing breakthrough technologies together.
How, and you know what, it sounds like a lofty, beautiful idea, especially when you put into it, solar energy. How are people, how are you selling the idea? That's what I'm trying to ask. Is this working?
Yeah, so we've been operating for 3 years. So we've got 7 solar power plants running that were funded almost exclusively through cryptocurrency and paying out exclusively in Bitcoin to anybody not in South Africa. For most of our customers, they're using Bitcoin for the first time purely because they own a solar panel located here and they're earning that Bitcoin income stream. So we've now got 7,000 users of the platform, owning now over, I think it's around 150,000 solar cells, powering schools, factories, NGOs and wildlife parks here in South Africa, where energy is notoriously unreliable and getting increasingly more expensive. Solar power is now the cheapest form of energy on the planet when you've got optimal conditions.
I mean, you got me sold on the idea. I think, it's governments that need to listen to you. But how did you get into, solar exchange, or should I say blockchain solar energy?
My background's actually in climate change science. So I got into the solar energy industry after understanding that the only way we were going to correct this trajectory that the human race is on, which is currently going towards the edge of a cliff, is to converge to clean energy systems. Whatever our main use of energy is going to be the main driving force for our environmental impact. So if we switch to solar power, then we become a benign environment to the environment on the planet. We can start to develop more harmoniously without killing ourselves in the process. So I got into solar energy systems as a result. Now, when I got into solar energy, I then started understanding that really, whilst the traditional financial system exists, which mainly is investing into fossil fuels and fossil fuel exploration, whilst those organizations are still flourishing and exploiting more and more extravagant ways of harnessing and accessing fossil fuels, such as through hydraulic fracturing and tar sands, shale oil, shale gas, etc., then in effect we still haven't progressed. So we may have amazing solar energy technology, and the technology's progressed leaps and bounds over the last decade. We also have cryptocurrency. When you merge those two technologies, you actually have the basis for an entirely new economic paradigm. And this is not pipe dream stuff. This is not some lofty idea. These are technologies which exist. They just need to be pieced together and utilized. And that's what the Sun Exchange is already doing.
Abe, you are clearly a disruptor at heart, and I say that in a good way. Thank you so much for joining us today from Cape Town in South Africa.